It is Tuesday, January 23rd, 7:30 p.m. We're starting really early today.
Yeah.
I also had a very good live on Instagram before
We did.
this.
We did. It was great. A lot of interactions. I liked it. Let's
jump into college basketball.
We're gonna jump some hoops real quick.
Talk
some ball. Top 25. I think let's talk about the biggest faller, Memphis. Memphis dropped from number 10 to number 19.
Mm-hmm.
Off of their upset against Tulane. Who I live bet Memphis actually. That was another bet I lost. Memphis lost.
Sounds
me
like
some
you're
money.
cursing teams left and right.
It was a bad day, bad week, bad weekend actually. Yeah, Tulane, they stormed the court as well. I mean, good for them. You got the stats up if you want to talk about them.
Yeah, so we're going. Memphis' top scorer was David Jones.
He was a dog. Do you see
32 points. We got Dandridge. He had 13, but this Tulane player is the one that turned up. We got Kevin Cross with 21, Holloway with 13, and I'm going to guess Sion James
yeah,
with 22 points.
It was a very competitive game. I was surprised.
I want to talk about the last play drawn up in the last 15 seconds, which I thought was just dumb because Quinterly, who is
former Alabama, former Villanova.
I thought it was Kentucky.
No, he's Alabama. You went Villanova.
You learn something new every day. Yeah,
he transferred to Alabama.
You're right. Had multiple game winners this year. Granted, Tulane's probably looking, we're going to double team him.
Yeah.
But what in the heck was that final play? It was awful.
Bad execution.
It was awful. Bad execution. Ended up, Memphis ended up losing. That was a tough one.
Especially with them, we're about to go see them.
We're about to go see them Sunday.
Yep.
Memphis versus UAB. I'm expecting an upset. I think the Blazers take them. Couldn't tell you anything about UAB other than they're going to beat Memphis probably.
Yeah, we'll be there for the upset.
We'll be there for the game. I'm excited for that. The next game,
I also want to talk about how unappealing Tulane's court is. I didn't like it. It was unappealing.
The stadium's pretty cool though.
Yeah, but the court was unappealing to watch. It was hard to watch.
Yeah. Also, I think the camera angle too, as weird as that sounds, it was a weird camera angle.
Yeah, and then they were wearing black, and then wearing gray.
Yeah, it wasn't a good combo.
Yeah,
it was not a good
very
combo.
Unappealing game to watch. I know that has nothing to do with the game besides accessories, but horrible game. Top 25 definitely got shaken up because
top 25 definitely got, and then Duke also dropped 5 spots.
Kentucky dropped
4. They had a. No, they went up 2.
Baylor dropped 6.
Kentucky went up 2. Kansas dropped 4. That's another game. Kansas got beat by West Virginia, which was also a huge upset. Because West Virginia, they got a new head coach. Haven't been playing well. A huge win at home. Shout out the Mountaineers. Shout them out. What's his name? Carizzi?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
From Arizona. There was some tweet was, or I guess it was an Instagram post. Someone said, Kerr stopped turning it over. He said, "Dog, I'm trying." Like he replied. It was hilarious. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's another big upset that happened.
Huge upset. Tennessee defended off from Alabama.
Dropped a 20-piece, which I was not expecting at all.
They defended Alabama from an upset.
I watched that game. It was a good game.
They did really was 100 points.
That was
Stone Connect was throwing some slams down.
Yeah.
That was.
I didn't get to watch it, but a lot of fans at where I work love Tennessee.
Gainey finally, he's clicking. Gainey's clicking. I think he had 15, which, it's all confidence saying he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and then he drops. I think he had 3 threes with 15 points. So, but pull these stats. 91 points.
Connect had 25.
Gainey had 15.
That's what I'm saying. Tennessee dropped a 50 in the first half.
Dude, if we played like I said, we talked about this a little before. If our offense is playing like this, our defense is one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the country. No one's beating us. But that's the thing with Tennessee, though. You get in these cold spurts. Like, if you're having to rely on Dog Connect to win the games, you're not going to win games.
Yeah. Granted, he can play 36 every game.
Oh, 100%. What'd you say?
Visco?
He can or can't.
Yeah.
What about Vesco?
Vescovy?
He hasn't played as well as he did last year. Last year he was a baller.
But I will say
Dalton Connect has taken some of those. He
hasn't been taking many shots.
Yeah.
Now this is his best game of the year with 10 points.
But last year he was y'all's guy.
Yeah.
He has some clutch threes. I think it was the first half I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
He was shooting good.
Did really well. And you got Zakai.
Yeah.
Dark Horse.
Where'd Gainey come from?
Gainey's from USC upstate. His dad is one of the assistant coaches.
Yeah, Eddie was talking to me. He's like, "Where did this white guy come from?" And I had to look it up. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
He was talking about Dalton Connect, and I was like, to be honest, I couldn't tell you.
Where'd he come from?
Northern Colorado.
Was he committed to y'all last year or something?
So he was a JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
Played at UNC, and then he hit the transfer portal and just committed through transfer portal.
That explains why he's so composed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know about his story.
I didn't know where he came from.
Yeah, he's very composed. If he was a freshman, he's a very composed freshman.
No, he's
played some ball.
He's played some ball. He's played some hoops.
Yeah. He knows ball.
This is a cool story because I think one of the underliers of the season, who I love, he's one of my favorite players, is Jemai Mayshak. Probably him and Ziegler are our two best defenders, and he's actually finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit too. I think he's a great shooter. When Zakai got hurt last year, he picked it up and he dropped 20. I think it was career best, but he picked it up. But Jemai and Dalton are best friends, and they play one-on-one because they were saying they're both competitors, and Dalton wants the best from Jemai, and Jemai's pushing Dalton to be,
That's
the
good.
best.
It's good.
So,
Good competition. Mm-hmm. Good competition. But they stopped from an upset. I mean,
like I said, I was not expecting a 20-piece.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest. That caught me off guard, and I'm happily surprised.
13-point lead at half and dropped 40. I mean, they almost had a 100 ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. But Tennessee's gonna make some things happen. I'm excited to watch that. I like Dalton Connect. I mean, as much as I'm a Tennessee hater.
Yeah, here we go.
So I'm a Tennessee hater.
He's a hooper.
He's a baller.
He can hoop. I just always wonder why he was so composed, but it makes sense. JUCO to UNC to Tennessee. He's played some college ball. He's been there in the moment.
Kevin Durant's been checking him out too. He's been talking about him. Kevin Durant's liking him a lot too.
Yeah. Dalton Connect's definitely up there for Naismith Player of the Year award. I would say the way he's playing.
Quick Kevin Durant topic. He was asking why he's not in the GOAT debate.
Oh,
I was
Lord!
like, come on, man. We ain't got the LeBron awards.
Draymond said he's not in the GOAT debate because he came to the Warriors
Draymond said that's about KD or himself.
On his podcast.
About KD?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
not.
you can't just come to the Warriors, win 2 with all of us, and then I'm the GOAT.
But
he does have a resume. He's
two-time MVP?
2-time MVP, 2-time champion, 13-time All-Star, and 5-time or 4-time NBA scorer champ.
Compare those to
he also
LeBron.
did have a big game this past weekend against the Bulls. Which
But
he dropped 45 and Joel Embiid dropped 70.
Yeah. And then
Cat dropped 62.
62 with 8 threes.
And I think it was Tatum dropped,
40 something.
35. I think it was
I
30.
bet they took Cat out with
Yeah, he
2
did.
minutes to go.
He did.
And
He
they
had
lost.
62.
They lost, too.
Insane.
Nuts.
Some other upsets we'll talk about real quick.
Duke Pitt, big
Duke
ACC.
Pitt.
That game was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I like watching Duke basketball. I think they just have a good classic team.
I've always liked Duke.
I mean, I'm not a Duke fan, but I'm an LSU fan. We're not, but they have good, clean basketball. I like how they play. I like
Clean? Clean basketball?
Well, I mean, like they're the way
fundamental basketball.
Yeah,
Fundamental.
that's
Yeah. Maybe not clean.
Well, I mean, his past players don't make these guys bad guys. Flip Kelsey's not a bad guy.
I hate him.
You hate Flip?
I hate
It's
Duke.
because he's white and his Duke jersey.
I hate Duke.
I'm
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm probably the biggest Duke hater there is.
not a Duke fan,
I
so it
hate
doesn't
Duke.
bother me.
I try to stay unbiased too.
I
But
think Duke's great.
when I saw the end of this game, it made me smile a little bit.
Yeah, the thing is, the reason I like Duke, it's not because I'm a fan, it's because I like Coach K. I love Coach K. I love how I like Nick Saban, even though I didn't like Alabama, I love Nick Saban.
You got to pay your respects.
Yeah, I love Big Belichick. I like coaches that are good. Like I'm a Spurs fan, and I love
McCarthy.
Greg Pop. I'm gonna be sad when he retires.
What do you say?
You say McCarthy? I mean, if you want a guy who could choke more playoff games.
Oh, you ain't
But before we get into stats, there's more beef to the Pitt Duke game than it shows. And the only reason I know this is because I kept up with Duke because of Coach K.
Mm-hmm.
So the Pitt coach used to be the assistant coach at Duke.
Okay.
Capel.
Didn't know that one.
Yeah, Mark Capel. He thought he was going to get the coaching job. after Coach K retired. But
obviously not.
Coach K took a while to retire. And now John Shire, who is a former player of Capel. So, and he got the job over Capel. So that there's, obviously, there might not be beef, but if I was Capel, I would take it to heart.
Oh, yeah.
That should have been my job.
It just makes it sweeter.
Yeah.
And to beat them in Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Yeah, the Cameron Crazies were out.
Cameron Crazies are out. They were flipping people off. A lot of respect out of the Duke students,
I mean, Capel being a former Duke assistant, won a national championship with John Shire, who's a coach now, and back in 2010 against the Butler Bulldogs.
Is that Gordon Hayward's miss?
That's Gordon Hayward's miss.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right there.
Half an inch. If he was a half inch on, it would have been in. That was a fun team to watch. I got to watch them. But going to the stats, very TikTok.
I had to put it up there.
TikToker dropped 20.
I wanted to talk about Jared McCann. How, as a freshman, he is playing. He started off really slow this year, and how he's really turned it up.
He's a hooper.
He can play. Even paints his nails, he can play.
Nothing wrong with painting your nails nowadays, I guess.
And it being an ACC game shows how strong the ACC is. They're a very competitive league. Just kind of like the SEC is in all sports. ACC is very competitive when it comes to basketball.
I figured you'd get a kick out of the TikTok part.
Yeah. I mean, he dropped 20. Their big man, Filipkowski, dropped 19. And another freshman, Caleb Foster, from Notre Dame out in California, dropped 19.
I want to say this. This is to take away a little bit the Duke hate.
Yeah.
I saw it actually today at work. They were showing a clip of, the coach was like, give the ball to Philip. He got the ball to Philip, He just says, go make a play now. Go make a play.
That's good coaching.
And what do you know? He freaking makes a play. He drives to the hoop. Obviously, he gets double teamed. He passes out 3. And you get your players, your best players ball, and they make stuff happen.
That's what a good coach is like. I know you don't like Kentucky, but...
you got to pay respects though.
Yeah, Rob Dillingham. If you have a player like that, he said, "Do you clip his wings?
Rob is
or do you let him play?
He's a dog.
Do you let him play?" So he lets him play. He says, "If he makes 2 of those mistakes, you get pulled on the 3rd one." I mean, that's a good coach. That shows why he's been in this game for so long.
Yeah.
Why he's won national championships. He's only won 1 with Kentucky, but
they're still consistently.
Why he's putting young men in the NBA that
Well, yeah.
That's
this is a testament to too of like how deep Kentucky is. We're getting off topic, but Reed Shepherd, he's
dog,
born and bred Kentucky, dog.
100%.
He's coming off the bench and he's dropping.
Yeah,
he's dropping like 15.
Good teammate too.
Good teammate. That pains me to say because Tennessee Kentucky rivalry.
Yeah,
but
the battle of the checkerboards.
Yeah, I'm excited for those 2 games.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, Tennessee's gonna win at home. Kentucky's gonna win at home. It's gonna be split.
Yeah,
it happens every year that way. And the thing is, when it's at each other's home,
we got swept last year.
I did. Oh, well, either way, one game is gonna be a blowout. We don't know which one because every time they play for the last couple of years, one game's at least a blowout.
Yeah,
Tennessee could blow them out. Kentucky could blow Tennessee out. It depends, like how the game starts. But Pitt, I mean, their players balled out. Blake Hinson with 24. He just seemed like he couldn't not find the bottom of the net. I mean, he found it every single time. Bucket.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know much about Pitt until this game. And Blake Hinson, you have a new fan in me.
Yeah, Blake Hinson. He couldn't miss. He couldn't.
No, but
the goal was like this big.
Not to mention, I just loved him. Like, just get off top. I loved after the game him just going to the Cameron Crazies and just absolutely,
I mean,
getting in their heads.
He's a baller. Then you got Jalen Lowe. He played well.
Tyrese Proctor too. He dropped 11. He's a stud.
Proctor's nice. He's really nice with it. I like how he plays. Ball. He's smooth, and I know there's Duke hate, but he's not like there. I don't think.
This is my least. I would say this is my least hated Duke team though.
There's not.
I'll be 100% honest.
Filipkowski's not like a Grayson Allen.
No,
he's not kicking people.
Stomping.
He is flopping around, acting like a total.
But that's basketball. You can't tell me that any team has a flopper.
Yeah, we got Vescovy.
Yeah, there's someone on Tennessee that's just always flopping. You gotta have that one guy on your team that flops to get to the free throw
Yeah.
line. It's just part of the game. You gotta use the rules to your advantage. But it was a fun game to watch. I really enjoyed it. But the better team won.
50% from 3 from Pitt.
They were dude. It felt like they couldn't miss a shot. But the thing about Duke is
They beat them in every category.
they live and die by the 3-ball. That's always what they've been by for the most part.
They smacked them in everything except steals.
Actually, check the score. Can you check the score of the Kentucky-South Carolina game, too, real quick?
I can pull it up.
That's Kentucky's another team like that, too. And they were saying this is Calipari's first year.
Because South Carolina's up by 5.
By 5?
Almost going into half.
They said this is Calipari's first year of actually, like, living by the 3-ball.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, he loved it inside.
Huh?
He loved it inside.
I mean, you don't have Oscar Tshiebwe. Now, granted, this Croatian guy they got...
Oh, Big Z.
Big Z... He's their 7-footer that they need. But yeah.
My thing is, what took him so long to get? Was it like visa? What's the story on that?
I need to look into that. I don't necessarily know. I think when Vescovi transferred in, he transferred mid-season, but since he was coming from out of the country, it was kind of like, I mean, it wasn't like an NCAA transfer. So I don't know if it was something like that or if it was just like what's his name from West Virginia? Freaking blanking. He was a transfer. They hadn't approved of his transfer too. He got approved finally, but Michi Johnson.
Michi Johnson.
Shout out South Carolina, dude. Michi Johnson's a stud.
I wonder if our boy Eli got in. Let's see. Yeah.
Shout out Eli Sparkman. He doesn't get as much PT this year now.
Let's go to full box score. See if he got it. If he's in.
Nah,
No, he hasn't got in yet. Sky Clark. Did he actually go to South Carolina? Go to Clark in the bench. Is that Sky Clark? No, Stephen Clark. No, that's not.
That's Steven, man.
What a guy.
But next game, Baylor versus Texas. This was another one that
Big upset.
big upset. Texas needed this win too. You had UCF. We talked about it a little bit last week with the whole. Did we talk about it? I think I was wanting to talk about it. I don't know if we actually did.
Mm-hmm.
UCF horns down. They went through the line. I think we
You
did.
did, yeah.
We did talk about it a little bit.
Because you were talking about Texas's coach.
Not showing any class. You act like you
Yeah.
do there. And then after they're like horns down still.
Mm-hmm. This is a big win for them against
A good Baylor team.
good Baylor team. And I will say this. I personally, this is me being SEC biased. Texas is a future SEC team. I think SEC is the deepest.
I forgot to take down the Texas stats.
No, you're good.
Guys.
I think the SEC is the deepest conference.
Yeah, them in ACC for sure.
I'm thinking Big 12.
Over ACC?
You got Texas, who they've been in and out of the top 25. You got Baylor. You got Oklahoma, who I personally think is a fraud.
Yeah.
You got Houston.
Oh yeah, they're Big 12 now.
They're Big 12 now. And then pull up the 25.
I didn't think about that. You just shine some light in my noggin.
And then let's see, Texas Tech, BYU's top. They're Big 12 now. Iowa State, Arizona's a future Big 12 team. I don't know if you want to. Kansas up
BYU?
there. Yeah, I said BYU.
Oh my bad, I was
looking. Arizona's another interesting team. They're 14-4, but they show. I mean, they got Caleb Love, obviously from UNC,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they're 4 losses. Can you click on their 4 losses real quick?
Who?
Arizona.
4 losses are probably big games, so they haven't lost one in a minute.
They lost to Purdue, FAU, Stanford, and Washington State. Stanford is the one that's a big asterisk. Washington State's a big asterisk.
Stanford
FAU
dropped 100 bomb on them.
FAU's an interesting team too, just because.
Double overtime, though.
I mean, they were in the Final Four last year, which honestly, props to them. But FAU's lost a lot of bad games.
Yeah, they have.
So with the quad 1, quad 2, that's a quad 1 loss. I mean, it's not really going to hurt them, but it doesn't help them. But I don't know if Washington State is considered quad 1.
You can throw them in there.
Just throw them in quad 1.
Throw them in there.
But then, like, obviously, they beat Duke early in the season, which, like I said, that's
By 5.
early. Michigan State's a fraud.
Michigan State's
State's a
it's
fraud.
actually really sad how Michigan State's
Oh, dude.
bad.
And I love Izzo too.
Yeah,
That's what hurts.
Izzo might be on the
But
balance.
go to let's see their next few games.
Yeah, it's all Pac-12.
The only game that I'm seeing, like they should win they should win out.
Arizona State maybe.
Arizona State.
They got Wazoo again.
Do have Wazoo, but I've hopped on the Arizona bandwagon. I've said that before. I like him a lot. I love Caleb Love. He's one of my favorite players in the NCAA right now. So, but yeah. So back to the topic at hand. Baylor and Texas. Yeah, it was a big bounce back win for Texas. It's a home win too.
It will. Oh
no.
Let's see. Damn, you
Sounds like-
can call me now.
It's a big home win. Jalen Bridges dropped 17. Jacoby Walter dropped 22. Jaden Nunn dropped 15. And then Texas.
Tyrese Hunter, 21.
Tyrese Hunter's
Former Iowa State Cyclone.
Stud.
He can shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball well.
Didn't know
Dylan
Chris Johnson
Dusso.
picked up some basketball.
Dylan Dusso.
CJ2K.
CJ2.
He got 4 minutes.
Who's CJ2K?
I was talking about Chris Johnson.
But
yeah, the last. Okay, we'll so to break down real quick. Close game going in the final minute. It was, I believe, tied at or it was tied or it was 73.
No, they were up.
Yeah, it was Texas was up
by one.
By one. No, it was
by two. Scroll up.
No, I think so. They were up by. It was 73-70. Baylor hits a big step back three.
Oh yeah, and they tie it.
And then
Tyrese Hunter
defensive breakdown.
Yeah, Tyrese Hunter
defensive breakdown. They take it down and
coast to coast and laid it up for the win.
Laid it up for a little late for the win.
We're get some gameplay.
I wonder if I can get away with putting this up there. I don't know. Right. If that's copyright.
I mean, Shaquille Bryant used it.
Yeah, but he probably has disabled.
That guy's fire on the edits and the recaps. Mm-hmm. What a play from the young man.
I mean, I remember when the reason why he transferred is because the Cyclones made the tournament and he balled out in the tournament, and then they transferred the next year to Texas and they balled out some more.
Yeah.
The Lions went 0-6.
I didn't even see that.
Damn, that's a crazy thing. The Lions went 0-16 this century, and they still made.
Is that what I said?
It still made it to the conference championship before
the Cowboys.
Did.
Blasphemy is what it is.
But.
And then this, right? See, that's just such the black and green and the gray and blue it's so unappealing to watch.
Not a lot of court storms. We'll say that. A lot of court storms this weekend.
I mean, Duke threw up their last heave with Jared McCain. Gas them.
That's a solid little image right there, the three.
Wow.
But, do we want to? We talked about it a little bit on the live, but do we want to talk about put in the episode or final four predictions or no?
Yeah, we can break it down. I mean, we all have our different ones, but this is obviously without them being seeded and bracketed. I mean, I think Auburn, UNC.
Auburn's a scary team. Dude.
UConn, and honestly, you could probably throw in like a Kansas or I could maybe BYU. I mean. Schools like BYU are scary.
Yeah.
Because now since in the Big 12, they won't be as scary because you're gonna be able to see them more. But when they were independent, you didn't know because they got to play whoever they wanted to play.
Yeah.
Arizona. I like Auburn, UNC, UConn, and then you could probably throw in Kentucky, Kansas, Duke.
Leaving out that number 5 right there.
Tennessee.
No, we're gonna be Sweet 16 exit probably, like we always do.
Maybe 32.
Huh?
Maybe round 32.
Round of 32.
That'd be crazy. Or round of 64.
I will say
not even make it.
I don't like to drink the Kool-Aid a lot, but this is the year where I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a lot because this is the most, like, the best offensive team we've had probably since Admiral and Grant and Jordan Bone and Bowden.
And they got bounced, what? Sweet 16? To Purdue?
Yeah, Sweet 16 at Purdue.
Which it happened this year.
That was he kicked his leg out. We'll say that he kicked his leg out.
Carson Edwards?
Yeah, freaking BS. I don't want to talk about that. But I just want to. I don't want to go into the pain of
Just
Tennessee.
Just say it.
The Tennessee March Madness run has been so painful. It started off with, for me, my fondest memory was a charge that was called on Jarnell Stokes. That was not a charge against Michigan in the Sweet 16. That starts it. Then you got fast forward to Purdue. That one hurt.
Carson dropped, what, 40 or 30?
Something like that.
Oh, crazy.
Fast forward, we get a first-round exit to Oregon State.
They were better than y'all. I watched that game. They were way better.
The expectations, though...
It wasn't like y'all were coming
The
in
expectations, though, because we had the same team coming back from the year before.
Yeah. They were just better.
They were.
It wasn't like there was an upset. They were just better.
Yeah. And then...
was it like an 8-9 game, too?
Something like that.
So, yeah,
It was something like that. And then...
I remember watching that game.
You know, last year we blow a 23... I think it was 23. We blew a 20-plus point lead to FAU.
You did. Oh, that was
that one hurt. That one hurt because, you know, and then we got Michigan too. Throw Michigan in there again.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy Chandler just breaking down and crying at the end of the game. That one hurts. Yeah, there's been a lot of pain for me in Tennessee basketball
and football and baseball. Just can't throw it all out there.
We don't have to talk about baseball.
Yeah. I'm a sensitive Tennessee hater. I might as well.
You might as well.
Bring the receipts.
But like I said, this is the most I've drank the Kool-Aid with Tennessee.
They're good. They're definitely better than last year.
All because of one man.
It really because
Jonas. Well, Jonas Adu's been stepping up.
It's really because of the dog in it.
Well, you got Jonas Adu dropping 15, 20 here and there, which he's from. And I don't want to get on this tangent of Tennessee, but if you look at the losses to Purdue, UNC, we just got absolutely obliterated. That was just a bad loss. And then Purdue and Kansas, 2 games that we easily should have won. Our big man, no offense to Jonas Adu, love him, was our problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally stepping up. He's not acting like a bitch.
This is PG.
Female dog.
I'll blurp that out. Bleep that out. But he's actually playing like how a big man should.
Yeah.
But yeah,
let's look at Tennessee's upcoming roster, though.
Roster or schedule?
Our schedule, excuse me.
It's not an easy one.
Yeah.
It's not an easy one, I'll tell you that.
Vandy's not easy.
Vandy, I mean...
Yeah, we're definitely not going to that game.
Yeah, no. South Carolina is a scary game.
Mm-hmm.
It's at home, that's a plus. Kentucky.
LSU,
A&M, Arkansas.
That's hold on. Oh, we can't go to the LSU game at work.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
We play Vandy again. We got Mizzou. A&M again. We got Auburn at home, which that's going to be an interesting game. We play Alabama again. I didn't realize we played Alabama again.
Twice, yeah. Alabama.
We usually play them once, not 2 times. So.
Y'all also got Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, A&M twice.
A&M and South Carolina twice and Kentucky twice. Yeah, it's not an easy one. But this is the thing. I mean, I've always said this. I like to get our losses in the regular season out. Mm-hmm. So we have a chance.
It's not good to go undefeated.
Especially if you go undefeated in the conference tournament, too. But,
I mean, 3 of those losses are very...
3 of those losses...
3 of those losses are great losses. They're probably the best 3 losses in the country.
That one's not the one you want to see.
Mississippi State was brutal. We got absolutely...
I bet on that game, too.
Oh,
I bet Tennessee.
Well, you're welcome. We lost.
I mean, you score 92 points and lose, I would say it's a pretty good game.
Well, they came back. They were down.
We were down by like 20 at the half. I was more proud of how we fought and came back and actually, showed some fight. And you see the turnaround, what happened there. Yeah. That Illinois win's looking even better now that they're number 10 too.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is iffy, but
LSU beat Ole Miss. We're talking about here.
But yeah, the schedule that we've got it's not an easy one. Arkansas, I will take back what I said about Arkansas being a good team. I said this at the beginning of the year because they played Duke really well.
Yeah. They got a top 5 class for next year, though, so they'll be all right.
This year's Muscle Man. So I heard. I follow a lot of Arkansas people on Twitter. Mm-hmm. I like to be informed. 100%. I don't watch much Arkansas basketball, but they have a lot of transfers that came in, and apparently, from what I've been reading, it's all about the stat padding. Like one player wants to, score the points. They're not meshing well, but yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, sorry, we even got off topic with the Final Four predictions. You gave yours.
Yeah, I gave mine. Continue.
I think for me, my favorite to win it all again is UConn. They had a scary one against Villanova, which Villanova's not an easy game.
No.
Even though it's been a down year for them, they're always going to be a good team. But they did pull out the win. So UConn's my favorite to win it all. I think Houston is, I don't want to say fraud. However, I see them dropping some games. So Houston's out. I've got Connecticut, UNC, Kansas, and then like you said, every year there's going to be some team that just the Cinderella team.
Yeah, they at least make it to the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. So
What about you, Jackson?
I got UConn, UNC, Auburn, Duke.
Duke.
That's not a bad.
That's not a bad one.
I mean, I could probably all that stuff's
I
realistic.
think Duke bounces back after that.
Because they never put Duke and UNC in the same brackets. Never. So that's very realistic. Auburn and Duke can meet in the Final Four, and UNC and UConn can meet in the Final Four. I mean, that's very realistic. I don't think Duke has the age. They're very young.
Yeah.
They're very young, so I don't think they'll make it. But that's not bad.
I would love to say Tennessee, but I just it's every year. So
It's the same thing every time.
Just what round will they go out?
It's the Rick Barnes March Madness curse. I'll say it.
Should have went to UCLA with a chance.
No, not that. But yeah, another team that Oklahoma. Go to Oklahoma real quick. Check them out. Look at Providence. They're a down team now. Not that they're starting point guards out. Look at their losses.
They're not bad losses.
But look who they beat too. I mean, they're playing Central Michigan, Mississippi Valley State, which is the worst team in UNC. Not to mention, they play. Go to that game real quick because I saw this. I saw this stat. Schedule. Go to the schedule real quick. No, is that Mississippi Valley State. Go to the schedule. No, I want Mississippi Valley State's schedule.
Oh.
They're 0-19.
In the SWAC.
And their best... they lost. Their best chance of winning a game was against FAMU, who was also 30-13.
Yeah.
They had a 28% chance of winning. They don't... Statistically, they have
you
no...
You see Mo's story?
Yeah.
He said, let's not be this team.
Let's see.
Now I get what he's talking about when he was saying that.
Wait, is Mo still playing?
He's on the team.
Yeah. He averages 4.
4 with 16 minutes?
He's at FAMU now?
Yeah, he's at FAMU. Mo Shram. But yeah, 16 minutes, I'm actually proud of the young man.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yeah, on the story, he's like, let's not beat this team. And they're all, he's like, pant, like, I got a whole thing. They're all like...
That's comedy. Yeah, they have, they're like... I hope...
Dang, fam, you started this season out rough, though.
They
Creighton,
played...
Nebraska.
They're 3-13.
Creighton's in there, too.
Oregon, Florida.
Iowa
Arkansas,
State,
Pine Bluff.
UCF, South... That's a tough... Dude, that's tough, man. That's tough. Oh.
Hey, at least...
I mean, that's... You can't do
okay,
anything about it.
Schramm led the team in assist one game.
The Iowa State
In the
game.
blowout. Dang, they had a rough schedule.
No, that's brutal.
Iowa State, UCF, South Carolina.
That's
wow, that is...
I'm sorry, that's brutal. That is brutal.
God, no, I don't see... They can't be mad at them.
No, they played their hearts out. That's all you can do right there.
I mean, they almost beat Oregon.
But
they got 100 bombed by Creighton.
Tough.
They also dropped 100 on whoever.
What's their mascot?
The Rattlers?
You go up.
The Rattlers.
Shout out to the Rattlers.
Shout out to the Rattlers. Y'all are battling out here.
What y'all been through in 2024 and 2023, that's 5 years worth of sports.
No, that's
brutal.
Y'all will be good next year. I'll say it. Y'all will be good next year.
look at the back half of the schedule. Thank God.
Prairie View.
Alcorn State, Jackson State, Grambling, Alabama, AMU.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
That's a brutal schedule.
That's a brutal schedule.
Wow. I didn't know they did teams like this. Their first 13 games.
I mean, shout out to Delta Devils.
Yeah, what's their
freaking
schedule?
horrible.
What is their schedule?
Go to the schedule.
They're horrible.
LSU, Oklahoma,
They did,
UConn,
Okay.
TCU,
They did have a Gonzaga, Baylor.
Baylor, Gonzaga.
And San Francisco's not a bad team either. Liberty's
Bro.
a good team. Liberty. Oh.
Who is scheduling these
Also-
SWAC teams?
Also, North Texas isn't a bad team. They got put through a gauntlet too.
you
What
know
is
how
going-
like the big D1 schools are like, oh, here's our cupcake.
I'm sorry, but come on.
The
Can
small
we get,
D1 schools are like, here's our hard teams.
Like, can you get one win?
I feel for them, dude.
They
That's,
scored 40 points against the Gonzaga. Oh, Gonzaga's been disappointed too.
they dropped out, didn't they? Didn't they drop out of shot 25?
Yeah, I don't think they're top 25 no more.
Yeah.
These poor dudes. I don't feel bad for Delta Devils.
That makes me sad for them. I'm not.
Shout
gonna
out to the Devils. The Delta Devils.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gonzaga's gone.
Hey, go down.
New Mexico.
Grand Canyon receiving votes finally.
The respect they deserve.
The respect they deserve. The freaking Lopes, man. But
There's no way.
Shout out to Lopes.
Shout out to Lopes. Did
Um,
LSU get a vote? Probably not.
probably not.
Probably not.
McNeese State.
Yeah.
They got Will Wade.
Yeah.
They're going to be a scary team. They are going to be a scary
If
team.
Will Wade said LSU would be pretty good at basketball.
Well, maybe he shouldn't got caught up. Maybe he shouldn't got caught up and he'd still be there.
He used to be at UTC.
Yeah, he led him to March Madness. He's a dog. And look, and Lamont Paris is balling out at South Carolina.
They can't keep taking our coaches.
They can't stop taking Chattanooga's coaches, please.
We need the power of
Please,
Ravel to win
please,
a natty.
dude. But yeah,
You think there will ever be in our lifetime that they'll win a natty?
No.
No.
no,
Not a chance.
not a chance.
Alright.
Not a chance.
But that was a good episode.
Yeah, I think that's all we got.
We just know that the HBCUs are getting abused.
Yeah, tough.
Their athletic court, their
The AD needs to be fired.
Their AD needs to be
fired.
I mean,
fired.
we gotta throw some money out here to get a better schedule.
They need to be fired. What AD's like? Yep,
Can we get
Gonzaga.
some pay to
Yep.
win for the HBCUs,
Yeah,
please?
they're like, Gonzaga, Kentucky. Oh, let's add UConn while we're at it.
Crazy.
I feel like they go to the top 25 and they're like, let's see.
Who can we just absolutely let's just write an L in there.
Yeah,
This is right now.
they probably get paid.
Probably. But well, yeah, that's all we got. A little college basketball episode. Not
Big
much.
Instagram live before.
Yeah,
That was fun.
That was 2 hours of work we put in.
but we have some merch coming.
We're working on it.
Working on it soon. That should be coming up soon.
Let's shoot for next week
Next week we'll have more ideas.
so we get a little
information.
pep in our
Little
step.
pepper step.
Maybe we'll get like a prototype.
Some yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Probably not next week.
Probably not. But
We'll see y'all next week. Matthew Linden.
Chase Roberts.
Jackson Stone.